Welcome everybody. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and welcome to today's full flights. Today we're going to be doing some full flights in the beautiful Ifly 737-MAX 8. Today we're going to fly the famous Alaskan milk run with the full flight from Anchorage to Juneau. After that we're going to fly from Juneau to Seattle. And then let's get let's go cockpit and let's get the flights going. Welcome to the aircraft. As you can see, our aircraft is completely cold and dark and here is the tuck, so let's go in cockpit and get out of the way. Alright, welcome to cockpit. Let's go and see. So, before we do anything else, we have to do our checks. So, just fuel levels is cut off, thrusters idle, flaps and speed brakes are up and down, and everything is looking great. So, let's start from the top. So, battery on, and ground power to on, IRSs to navigation mode, and let's see. Flight controls stowed, spoilers stowed, auto flaps is off. Low damper is off, navigation normal, and displays are auto and normal. Fuel pumps are off for refueling. Cabin utilities can come on, select due to ground power and to the battery. Standby power is guarded and the drive disconnecting are also stowed and working. Generators are off for now and we can see. So emergency light, arm, seatbelt sign selected on. Window heat can come on. Anti is off, fuel pumps stay off for now. We'll take the packs to auto mode and all bleeds on. Logo light and strobe lights to steady. And we will fix the auto panel later. Alright, we have power. So let's go and get over to the aircraft and let's get our flight plan imported over. So let's see, my plane, wrong page. Where are you? Payload and balance, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, import from SimBrief. SimBrief OFP, right? Then we do this the manual way. So we are going to be carrying 127 passengers. So 127. Fuel 7212. All of this is in kilograms, and cargo of 2.5. 2500. And load aircraft in real time. And we are now filling up, and yes, so let's go and get our aircraft in flight plan imported over. So we're currently at Papa Alpha November Charlie, and if I remember we are at gate Charlie number 2, Charlie 2, route to, let's see, Papa Alpha Juliet November. And request flight plan. Request boarding. Alright, doors are closing and we have flight plan, so load it in. Flight plan has been imported over. We're going to fly as Alaskan Airlines 120. Runway departure is going to be runway 15. And activate, execute departure. Anchorage 1 departure, runway 15, so it's going to be a vector departure if we're going to vector ourselves around. So, departure fuel of 7.2 and reserve fuel of 3.7. Zero fuel weight 58.8.
Ladies and gentlemen,
cruising flight level 350 is correct. Cruise winds will be 330 at 022. Temperature at top of climb will be minus 51 degrees Celsius. I'm going to flash the light of the feet, correct. Let's go and get the performance calculated. So 15, very good. So flaps 5 for departure, and air conditioning will be on. Anti-ice will not be needed. Takeoff, let's try and derate you to 20%. Alright, flap 5 and trim. So let's see, flap 5, and we are going to be using the D2O and 52, D2 52, Flaps 5, center of gravity 23.3. And let's see. Winds are currently at, let's see, where are you? 166 at 4, 166. Just going to double check that that is actually the correct winds. Alright, that is not correct. So 140 at 16 and gusting up to 27, but we are within our limit, so we can take off. We are good. Alright, V1 and rotates are within the limits. 140. And let's see. 135, 35, so 135. Alright. Auto brake to RTO for departure. And we are good on the overhead panel. Let's see ILS after IRSs. 6 minutes until alignment. And let's see. Selecting you to 142. So, flight vectors both on. Auto thrust can come on. Select you to the flight level 350. Alright, flight level 350 has been set. Boarding is almost complete, so let's get the aircraft ready for departure. We're starting with getting our takeoff departure charged and get the briefings done. So, let's see, OFP, no, we're gonna go U. And let's see, we are currently at Papa Alpha November Charlie. Flying to Papa Alpha Juliet November. Just imported from SimBrief, but okay. And let's see, terminal chart, departing from our departure. Let's see, departing, runway, taxi chart, and standard instrument departure, and get you, and let's see. So departing out of runway 15, we are going to depart facing, going more or less straight south. After pushback, we are going to take immediate taxi via Golf onto the Lima and then onto the Romeo taxiway. All the way. I'm going to use full length departure for this today. Is full length departure, winds are gusting, so we're going to need that. Flaps will be 5, and there is hotspot down here, but we have no traffic, so we should be fine.
The cabin door is about to be closed. For flight
And after departure, we are just going to fly straight down south and then continuing more or less straight, continue onwards to our flight plan, which we are having here. So we are going to fly directly towards the John VOR. Can actually put that into D. So 167.
Arm and cross-check cabin doors.
VOR should be good. So fly straight out after departure and then climbing to, let's see, climbing out and continuing to our, more or less go straight to the. So minimum altitude is going to be 8,900 feet before we can do any turns or anything. And let's go and get the departure. Sorry, pushback. So fuel pumps on, APU can be started. And let's see, northeast is going to be us. Alright, we're gonna have to wait a little bit till we get the APU started. Let's see, altimeter is currently 2971. And set 8,900 feet, APU is starting up.
To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end into the buckle, pull the loose strap to tighten.
Auto,
Release, lift up on the buckle, position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips, and wear at any time you are seated.
APU should be coming up online. Let's go and get remove the ground equipment while we wait. So, ground service. Let's see, safety cons, good, and we are not on hydraulic powers. Let's get the hydraulic pumps on. So nose wheel and rest of the chocks can be removed. APU generator online. APU bleed is online, so ground power can be removed. So parking brake off. Beacon light on. Packs can come off. Selecting you to the left. Starting number 2.
Remove the vest only if told to do so. Pull the red strap to open the container and remove the pouch. Remove the vest from the pouch as shown on the safety information card. Place the vest over your head,
And
wrap
motoring.
the strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull to tighten. Once outside, pull down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To manually inflate, blow into the tube at your shoulder. Your vest has a light that turns on automatically in the water. Please refer to the safety information card for use of a life vest on an infant. Flight
Alright,
attendants will
24.
distribute
Let's add the
additional
fuel.
vests if needed. Flight attendants are now checking that your seatbelt is fastened, your seatbelt and tray table are in the upright and locked position, and your carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area around your feet clear. Smoking is not allowed on board, including the lavatories. The use and charging of electronic cigarettes is prohibited. Law
Waiting
prohibits
for
cigarette
56%.
disabling or destroying any smoke
Right
detector
there.
in an aircraft lavatory. It is also prohibited to consume alcohol that
And
uses raw
number 1.
this flight.
Parking brake set.
Regulations require passenger compliance with the lighted passenger information signs, posted placards, and crew member instructions, including information on seat belts and smoking.
Alright, engine
If
is
needed,
motoring.
Oxygen masks will drop from a compartment overhead. To activate the flow of oxygen, pull down on the mask until the plastic tubing is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Secure the mask with the elastic strap. Although oxygen will be flowing,
Alright, adding the fuel.
the plastic bag may not inflate. Continue wearing the mask until otherwise notified by a crew member. If you're traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, put on your mask first. Please remove any face coverings before donning an oxygen mask. Thank you for your attention. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Order that. And let's see. Engine is coming up, coming along nicely. Alright, 2 good engines. So, ignition to continuous, generators connected, APU bleed off. Packs on isolation valve to automatic mode, probe heats can come on. APU can be turned off, flaps. A little bit too far. Set to 5. And there she is moving away. So flight control check. Full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder left and rudder right. Alright, flight control check, good and free. Can move you. Nose light to taxi, and we do not need turn off lights today. Parking brake, turn off, thrust slightly increased. Alright, aircraft is now moving, so brake check, and brakes are working. Data and position. Alright, flight continuity, that is a non-issue, and I know exactly why that's happened, so we can clear that out. I've forgotten to set the correct frequency, so that's 1830. I forgot that we use CTAF in the US, although I am highly I do not like CTAF, I still have to follow them. Alright, we are now on CTAF frequency. Alright, so we are now coming along to the Romeo taxiway. Terrain radar on the first officer side, because we're going to need that especially after departure, and put on the VSD. We're going to have the weather radar on my side, because I prefer to have the weather, and I can use the first officer side to check for the weather. I mean, to check for the terrain. When they come in for landing, we're going to have switched it up, because there is much more terrain around Guam than there is the weather, at least how it's looking right now. Alright, plans for departure, departing out of runway, going to fly, heading 010. Flying around, let's just read 8,900 feet. We will do an immediate left-hand turn, and then to turn towards the John D. War. After that, continuing on with our flight plan. Shouldn't be any issues departing or landing. Aircraft is ready. We are flaps 5 departure, and we should be fine. Alright, Anchorage traffic Alaska 120, landing up runway 15 for immediate departure.
Approaching 1. Approaching 1. 5.
Alright, I have to disable one of my VRAS, which I will do. Right, so landing lights on, strobe lights on. So flap side speed brakes are down, not your set.
1. 5.
I will just disable you after mid departure. So thrust to 40%. And take off. Thrust set. 400 feet. Alright, LNAV is armed. And for now we're gonna follow the departure.
1,000.
Give that this because the terrain is a bit bumpy. Alright, climb thrust set. Flaps 2. Climbing to 8,900 feet. Flaps 1. 210 knots, flaps up. RTO off. Get the nose lights off at the same time. 3,000 feet, flaps is up. Alright, 3,500 feet, aircraft looking stable. Also stop talking, I'm talking as we are descending into. Feet. Let's get the aircraft ready for our landing into Juneau. So, starting off, landing lights on, seatbelt sign can come back on, and logo light at the same time. Ignition, continuous, and good. So, let's see. Let's get our charts up and going. Let's check that from beforehand. So, we are now landing on using the RNAV GPS Zulu runway 8. Or we are finding a Tango approach to be precise, but this is the only approach chart we have this airport. So we are flying inbound from there. So we are, let's see. Yes, we are flying the Tango. This is the Zulu. So it's not the correct chart, but it is the only chart that I have and I can use. So we actually can have to change you to the other approach, which is the there. Let's see, it's the inform of departure runway. Terminal West, we are flying runway, flying the Zulu, sorry, the Tango approach. We're going to fly the RNAV as close as we can, and after that break off and then land manually. That's how this approach is done. And let's see, let's go to the performance, and let's do the landing. And let's see, read FMS, MSF data, runway conditions are dry. It's actually light rain. Just gonna take wet just in case. Flaps, I believe I'm actually gonna use flaps 40 for today. Air conditioning will be on, anti-ice not needed. Auto brake 2, let's try that. Reversers all operational, no non-normal condition, and calculate. Alright, 110, 110 at 11. QNH 29.92. Temperature is 11 degrees. So calculate. Auto brake max, try that. Alright, auto brake maps. Let's see, VRF 143. So flaps 40/143. Auto brake max for landing. Alright, closing in. So wing light can come on, seatbelt sign is already on. That'll be great. We are almost going to start with our flaps procedure. And for those who want, the visibility is 10, but the cloud layer start at 5,000 feet. We have a minimum safe altitude. Push that again. (3,200 feet), and I'm just going to go with that. Feet. Approach mode, we can arm that. There is currently no traffic inbound. Alright, a glide path has been captured. Set the heading to 050. Taking minor control of the speed, so we are reducing you to 220 knots. Alright, fully on glide path. Flaps 2. Help with the slowing down.
2,500.
It's just a mountain below us. Right, lights can come on. Alright, localizer or localizer is alive, even though it's not a localizer, I know that, but it's just a job. Alright, we are now coming straight into the airport, 30 miles out. Alright, so whether we are at light rail from now. So, 11 miles out, speed 200 knots. So, gear down, speed brakes are armed, lights, ignition, everything else is set, gear down, flaps 5, miles, speed to 180 knots. Flaps 10 has been selected.
2,500.
That. Speed 160. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. Flaps 30. Alright, gear down, through wind, spoilers, speed, spoilers, arm lights are set, aircraft is good, visibility for now is within the limits, but we are still a little bit too far. Let's go a bit closer, we will get the final verdict. 2,000 feet. Right, flaps full, speed to reference speed, alright, runway in sight. Rain. 100 feet, we are go to continue. Runway in sight, airport in sight. Traffic inbound. I have control of the aircraft.
Approaching 0, 8.
Alright, correct runway has been confirmed. High.
$500, $400, $300. Terrain. 100. $300. Approaching minimums. 2 minimums.
Continue.
100.
Just to idle.
50. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5,
Pressure deployed. Alright, on the ground, flaps up, speed brake can come in. Alright, it's gonna take the nose light off, turn off lights for now. Strobe light back to steady, wing light, sorry. Wing light can actually be off, APU started. A bit closer on the hill than the last time, but that's okay. GSX starting you up. Taxi to gate. Take gate number 3. Show me the spot and activate. Do a little bit of U-turn here because I am not familiar with this airport at all, and it's probably illegal to do, but I do not care because we are on Unicom. Right, auto brake off. Flight directors are off. Take the nose light off. Show me the spot and you. Alright, lights are off, so we're gonna blind the power ground crew. APU, connect you and turn the APU engine bleeds off, APU bleed fully on. So, parking brake set, APUs running, so engine 2 and 1 off. So, isolation valve can be open. Probe heat, select to the off position. Fuel pump, select off. And waiting for N2 to come below 20%, so hydraulic pumps off. Beacon light off. Request U, and let's request jetway. And deboarding. And let's see. So we are now good on that page. So let's see. All right. Right now, I'm just gonna go and get the next flight plan coming up to Seattle. Plan has now been received. Let's go and get it ready. So we are going to the balance page and let's see. Let's get aircraft loaded up. So we are now loading with 145 passengers. 145 fuel. Do a little bit extra. 7,855 kilograms. Payload. Sorry, main cargo is going to be 22900. Zero fuel weight going to be 60.7. That is correct. And load aircraft in real time. Let's see. Navigraph, we are going to the en route. Import sim brief. Let me just do the old version. So Papa Alpha Juliet November to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Terminal So we are departing out of
Please keep the aisle clear.
U. And let's see, we are departing out of the U via the U. Approaching U and U. Alright, we need the airport charts and the, I believe it is the, what departure are we going to use? It's going to be either U. Alright, none of you actually. I believe it's just going to be you, so I'm just going to put you. So we are good, let's go and get the flight plan imported over. So we are flying from Papa Alpha Juliet November to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Request flight plan. And request boarding. Load in the flight plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please confirm your flight information. Greetings. Take your seat.
And let's see, Alaskan Airlines 170 I believe.
Sure.
176. And we are departing runway 26. Activate, execute, and for our departure we are departing 26 via the Glaze 1 via the Schnet transition. So yes, good. So let's go into pre-flight in it. So let's see, 7.9 tons of fuel, because you have to round up. Zero fuel weight going to be 60.7, and reserve fuel going to be 2.9. The cruise at flight level 370 with cruise winds being at, let's see, 273 at 020, with temperature at negative 40 degrees Celsius. Let's do our takeoff calculation. So takeoff, clear, read Microsoft Flight Simulator data. So departing 26, selecting flaps, going to be flaps 5 for departure. Air conditioning will be on, and anti-ice off. TO can be full. Calculating that. So flaps 5, 30, 32, 44. Should be good, and 53. So TO, we really want to use TO, and 53 then. So 53. And winds is at 100 at 9. And let's see, next page. So flaps will be selected to 5, center of gravity. Let's see, are you not on there? Okay, then I just import it over manually. 133, 132, 4, and 146, it is correct. Alright, 46 to you, and flight directors can come on. L and VNAV can both be armed. Initial climb will be flight level 370. Altimeter 2993 set on both sides. APU is already up and running, and we are, so let's see, boarding 33 out of 127. Sorry, I mean 146, 45. And yes. Boarding has now been completed. Let's get the aircraft ready for departure. So we're going back to our charts. So we are departing out of runway 26, going to be immediate left-hand turn after departure to avoid the mountains. And in case you have any questions, no, okay, taxi should be fine. Small airport, no traffic, push departure. So, fuel pumps can all come on, engine bleeds come online. And let's see, roller pumps can come on. And let's see, ignition to the right is departure. And let's take beacon light on. Alright, over a pan looking great. Auto brake to RTO. and facing left. Parking brake off. Number 2. Engine is motoring. %, waiting for 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, please confirm the flight information on your boarding pass. Take your seat according to the seat number shown on the boarding pass. Place your hand-carried items in the overhead bin and under the seat in front of you. When opening the overhead compartments, please take care that any baggage does not
Was a usually long motoring. And fuel. Brake set. Alright, number 2 is started up. There we go. Number 1. Alright, so let's bring up the systems page at the same time. Alright, bypass bin has been removed. Alright, fuel to number 2. Sorry, number 1. Alright, both engines are running. Ignition to continuous. Take the APU off and bleeds all on. Probe heat selected to on position, selecting to generator and battery on U, so flaps. Selected to 5 and flaps, sorry, left, right, up, down, rather left and rather right. Icon track good and free. No slide to taxi, turn off lights can be turned on. And the rest looking great. Parking brake, off, thrust, increase. Going to be an immediate right hand turn. Taxiing left again. Transponder on, since we are in the US. middle. Let's use our speed a little bit. One traffic, Alaskan 176, lining up and taking off runway 26. One traffic. Alright, landing lights can come on, strobe lights to blinking mode, and the rest is great.
Approaching 26. Approaching 26.
Alright. Right.
On runway 26.
So, thrust 40%. Could be a standing departure. Thrust set, clock start. Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
V1.
Got it. And pass the rate of climb. Gear up. And that is active. Alright, 1500 feet, autopilot on. Alright, flaps 2. And auto brake 2 off. And weather radar, terrain radar. And flaps up. 3,000 feet. Nose lights off. Alright, flaps up. Alright, closing in on 5,000 feet. I will just stop talking. I'm talking as I'm sending into Seattle. 14,000 feet. Let's get this aircraft ready for our landing. Alright, 12,000 feet. Let's get the aircraft ready for our landing. So we're now inbound runway 34 right. We have our Seattle airport down there, and it's a bit laggy because of the area started to load in the city, but let's get the aircraft ready. So we are landing on the longest runway, so I believe we can actually go and extend our landing. So clear, we read FMS data, MSFS data, and runway conditions are currently dry. Flaps 30 should be fine, air conditioning will be on, and anti-icing is not needed. Brakes, auto brake 1, reversers all operational, and no non-normal conditions. Load the weather. Alright, then we use manually. 070 04, temperature 17 degrees Celsius, and QNH is correct. So calculate that. So let's see, flaps 30, auto brake 1 should be fine, so 140/149, auto brake to 1, and we are good on that page. And next we actually have to do is to get the ILS frequency. So ILS localizer 34 right, ILS 10, 10, and 10. Wrong button. 030 11 030. Put that into the active. Zero. Alright, course should be 344. Alright, so landing lights on, load light on, and stable sign on. Speed brakes out. 1,000 feet to go. Selecting the next altitude, going to be to 3,000 feet, I believe. Feet set. 344 is on the course. Set. Altimeter 3012 correct, auto brake 1 is selected. Right, speed reduction can get underway, and there we are. Alright, we have a new weather update. It's QNH 1013. Winds are calm, visibility 10, and there should be no cloud. Temperature 16 degrees. Other than that, it should be no, but there are clouds of rain in the area, so we should be fine. So speed brakes can come back down. Just take the landing lights on, ignition on, green light can come on. Alright, so I'm guessing we have about 20-ish nautical miles in total to go. Right, starting our turn. And now we're going to descend to 5,000 feet, and then 4,000 feet, and then finally at 2,200 feet. Alright, what minimums are we going to have to use for today? 572. Alright, 572 feet set, 6,500 feet. Gonna get the frequency for Seattle. So, right, 930. 990 is going to be our theta frequency. I'm just setting that on my radios now. Alright, starting our final turn in towards the ILS. Alright, let's see. Let's take the approach mode armed. So local as a glide slope has both been captured. We're going to be landing manually today. We're going to overshoot the localizer a little bit, but I expect that, so we are okay. Right, airport in sight. 14 miles out. Speed to 210. Let's keep it there. Speed 200 knots, flaps 2. Lights on. Triple lights. Good on, but they are not on now at least. Right, 10 miles out. Speed 180 knots. Right.
2,500.
Go down. And flap 15. So, gear on, 3 green, lights are all set. So complete light set as well. And runway in sight, airport in sight, no traffic in sight. Good. 1800 feet, 6 miles out, speed 160 knots. That's 30. Sorry, 5. And then flaps 30. speed, 149 knot, light set, speed brake selected to the arm position. Right, we are go for landing, 1400 feet. Copy lights looks too right to red. Flaps slightly has been reached. For now, we are go for landing. Pilot off. We have control. Stabilized, continue. Seattle traffic, Alaska Airlines 1776, landing on runway 34 right.
3, approaching 3, 4, right.
Here.
400. Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Continue.
Two 200. 100.
Press to idle.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Pressure deployed. Alright. Pressure can be stalled, flaps in, speed back down. So landing lights coming off, position light to steady, wing light off, and let's keep the ignition to the off position. Starting up GSX, and let us quickly stop here because we're going to take the November. Let's see, we're going to take November 14. We are going to use Alaskan Airlines because we are flying Alaskan Airlines. So lights can come off, APU. We're not going to need that since we are going to use the ground power this time. Right, parking brake set. And ground power connected, engine 2 and 4 off. 2 and 4, 2 and 1 I mean. So seatbelt sign coming off. Same goes for the hydraulic pumps, and installation valve can go to the open position. Both P2 heaters can come off. The condition light can come off. Alright, I'm gonna do the full shutdown. So overhead panel, fuel pumps, all off. Cabin utilities can stay on for now. Seatbelt sign is off. P2 heaters are off, and hydraulic pumps are off. Window heat can come off. And same goes for the transponder. And I forgot to turn off the weather radar and terrain radar. Both of those are off. Auto brake to the off position. And let's get the boarding going. Welcome to Seattle everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed both of these two flights, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my channel page for more awesome videos, and if you want to watch more from videos, check out playlists on the screen right now or link in the description. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Fire out, Osney, goodbye.